Alright, in this game we have the Egyptians versus the Condors. I realized the Egyptians still have a chance for making the playoffs now that they're 8-8. Here's a few teams that have clinched or haven't clinched yet. Bills and Wizards still have to see who's gonna make it there. This is the last week before the playoffs, so it should be interesting. I think only 9 teams, in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 teams have clinched so far. I think it's what, 12? I have no clue, to be honest. Playoff picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. What is it, 7 on each side? Yeah, 14, so it's 14, not bad. And a lot of them haven't clinched yet, so I decided to see if the Egyptians are going to be able to make it, if they can win this game. I think they need to win this, and I think the Lumberjacks need to lose, or I think they just need to win it, to be honest. But the Condors, as you can see, are 5-11. There's no way they're making the playoffs, but they could ruin the Egyptians' chance. To be fair, they have a better overall team. I think they were the Condors were the ranked 3rd offense, but like the 28th defense, something like that. So let's get into it and see how this turns out. I'm going with the Egyptians. I really want to see them make the playoffs. Let me know down in the comments below who you think is going to win, and let's get into it.
Today, from Memphis, Tennessee, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Memphis Egyptians taking on the Sacramento Condors.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with their opponents. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Memphis team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from Memphis. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the draw is Taylor. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Minshew sets to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And some room to roam now. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. He let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Minshew. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. Off play action, it's Minshew. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Ryder. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 3rd down, Ryder toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going, and if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Ryder. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working. On 1st and 10, Ryder. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Ryder. They look for Pitts again. This time he's got it. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Looking to throw, Ryder. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Minshew. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Minshew, 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there. Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond. Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile. And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Ryder. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryder. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Desmond King back deep. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make? I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to. In trouble, and he's taken down.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Throwing on second and long. Minshew. He gets it to Cooks. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Now Minshew. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, What's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Looking to throw. Ryder. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Ryder. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. To throw on second down. Ryder. That's taken in by Duvernay. And down inside the 15 he goes.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. On 3rd and 2, Ryder. And it's caught. Touchdown. Auden Tate, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Condors have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Point after here coming up. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive in total 8 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here again comes Gardner Minshew. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now back to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. Minshew going to get him to the line quickly. To throw again on second down. Minshew. Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. It's going the other way. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Ryder finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryder. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Denzel Perryman. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Now Sam Sloman is on. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
To throw on third down. Ryder over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Ryder. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Ryder. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 3rd and 2, Ryder. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Ryder. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Ryder. And it's caught. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Condors take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Minshew. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
under pressure, and down he goes. And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on here to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Ryder firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Looking to throw. Ryder. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Egyptians have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal.
I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Ryder. He's letting this one go for Fuller. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Will Fuller. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Condors use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Sam Sloman for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw here. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw here. He finds Taylor, complete. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Now time to see what this offense has left in the tank. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Now Minshew has it knocked out, fumble. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Sam Sloman now for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here this 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Minshew. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It'll be Minshew again. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Minshew sets to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's Minshew. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. On the give, this is Mack. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Egyptians have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And to give this time to the tailback. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 10, 90 seconds remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Minshew. And that'll be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Minshew. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Sacramento,
they do get the victory here in the season finale, but it was altogether a somewhat disappointing season as they'll wind up at 6-11.
And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the home team here,
this loss will mean they finish the season on the wrong side of 500 at 8-9.
And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.